Tired. Paul Tagliabue, the commissioner's here. I'm tired of all this stuff, and we don't want to see them carry Don Shula off on their shoulders.
Well, the Jets won the toss. The kickoff muffed by Adrian Morrell, the rookie from West Virginia, but he was able to recover, and the Jets will go to the offense here. We welcome those of you who have been watching the San Diego, Minnesota game with the Chargers knocking off the Vikings convincingly 30-17. There is Boomer Esiason. He will start out from the 19-yard line. The Jets coming off the victory over the Giants last week here at Giant Stadium by the score of 10-6 to snap a three-game losing streak. They are 3-4 for the season. That includes an earlier victory in Miami over the Dolphins. Brad Baxter, who had his finest day of the season last week, going for 71 yards against the Giants, getting that call. Look at the offensive line for the Jets, and they played extremely well last week. Criswell, Cadigan, Sweeney White, and Malamala. Boomer Esiason, the quarterback, Johnny Johnson and Brad Baxter, the running backs, and the receivers, Chris Burkett. We'll see more of Rob Moore today, back from the arthroscopic surgery, and the tight end, Johnny Mitchell, when they go three wide. Terrence Mathis comes on. It's a second down and 3 from the 26. We're just underway. Esiason, he got the time, but everyone covered, so he runs for the first down. J.B. Brown with a late hit, and it will cost. A flag has been tossed. Esiason going for 17, and that late hit taking place at the Jets sideline, and obviously it was not appreciated.
It really wasn't, and the guy downfield, Brad Baxter, number 30, really makes a sensational block and enables Boomer Esiason to get outside. You see Brad Baxter in the backfield with him now. When Boomer starts to run, you're going to pick up number 30. Here he comes now. He makes a block right here. He gets in the face of Grimsley, and Boomer Esiason down the sideline. You're way out of bounds. Hardly even touches him. J.B. Brown comes across. Watch this. I mean, he hits him in the shoulder. Boomer is in the air and he's jumping. I mean, that is a bad call. Obviously, you can't touch the quarterback on or off the field.
So 17 plus the penalty, setting up a first down at the Miami 42. Then for Boomer Esiason, his longest run of the season. Baxter and a short pickup. Let's check out the Dolphins defensive unit. Cross, Klingbeil, Webster, and Coleman up front. Dwight Collier replacing the injured John Offerdahl at middle linebacker. Grimsley and Cox are the outside men. Cox had a terrific game last week against the Chiefs. Secondary of Vincent and Brown at the corners, and Williams and Oliver on the deep men. When they go to the nickel, the veteran Vesti Jackson comes on. Second and 8. Down at the 40-yard line with 2 minutes gone by in this first quarter. That's Baxter in motion. And it is dropped by Johnson, covered by Collier. We'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, and the Steelers had to come from behind to pull out that victory.
It was 16-0 at one time. Favors Cincinnati, and they did not score another point.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers go 5-3, and Cincinnati, coached by David Shula, the son of Don Shula, now 0-8. It's a 3rd and 8. Down at the 40-yard line. Esiason short range with Burkett, and a first down for the Jets. Collier made the stop. It's an advance of 10.
And this whole thing starts with the excellent blocking by the offensive line. That's Criswell, Cadigan, Sweeney, White, and Malamala. They gave Boomer all the time, Boomer Esiason all the time he wants. Watch this. Look at the blocking up front. In fact, White just needs to step in and clean up number 67 and enables Burkett to come underneath. Boom, first down. Nice play.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line in Miami territory. Stopped by Chuck Miles, the welcome those of you who have been watching Denver and Cleveland. At Cleveland Stadium, the Broncos defeating the Browns 29-14. Denver Broncos with a record of 5-3, so Cleveland drops to 5-3 in a tie with Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming from behind to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Here at Giant Stadium, we're just underway. Marv Albert and Paul McGuire. The Jets and the Miami Dolphins. Don Shula going for career win number 325. The Dolphins trying to make it a record of 7-1. Seventh play of this opening drive by the Jets. They have the Miami 28. Off the fake. Big hole for Johnny Johnson. Bringing to the 25, tripped up by the right defensive end, Marco Coleman.
You know, the Jets have been making so much about Shula going for 325, and all the press is here, and the commissioner is here, and everybody's here. And the Jets look back and say, well, you know, if we wouldn't have beaten them in Miami a month or so ago, they would have done it last week. Over.
But then again, had the Jets lost to Miami, you don't know how the rest of the games might have gone. Things would change.
Well, could have.
I don't mean to get technical.
I know.
It's a third down and 5. Here's Esiason completing for the first down, clicking with Rob Moore. Boomer was telling us that he felt last week Rob Moore, who had made it back very quickly from that arthroscopic knee surgery, looked a bit on the tentative side, but that does not appear to be the case here today.
Well, when you take a look at, see number 23 in that picture, Troy Vincent, he loses Rob Moore. He just loses. Rob Moore sets up. Troy Vincent was going to the post, into the middle of the field, and Moore sets up. They pick up the first down.
Rob Moore, 50 catches last season. He is the Jets' deep threat. Final guy in their offensive scheme. First down at the 17. Ninth play of this Jet drive. Short set by Esiason again with the time, and he has a man over the middle. It's the tight end, Johnny Mitchell, for the touchdown. Johnny Mitchell, in his second season from Nebraska, was seeing a lot of the football in the early going, but has not seen much of it recently. Catching his 5th touchdown pass of the season. 9 plays, 81 yards, 4:51 the time of that drive, and Terry Blanchard adds the extra point. Impressive drive by the Jets. They lead Miami 7-0. Now to our New York City studios, here's Jim Lampley.
And here's the division race update for Dolphin and Jet fans. Steve Christie's 32-yard field goal, 6 minutes to go in overtime, completes the Bills' comeback from down 10-0 against the Pats. They come back to win it in OT 13-10. Buffalo gets to 7-1, Marv.
All right, Jim, and it puts additional pressure on the Dolphins, who need a victory to stay on pace with the Buffalo Bills.
Watch Boomer. He's looking out to his left. He's trying to throw out there, but the coverage was there. So when he looks in the middle of the field, there's Johnny Mitchell. He's right there, and he gets the touchdown. Wide open. But Boomer's not looking to Mitchell. He's looking to the outside. Mitchell is open in the middle. Boomer finally gets it to him. There's nobody there to take him. It's touchdown.
And that had to feel very good for Boomer Esiason. Little reaction from Johnny Mitchell, who, Paul, we should point out, is not a shy young man.
No, he told us yesterday he is the best tight end in professional football.
He had said that earlier in the season. He said last year was confusing for him in making the transition. He did leave Nebraska after his sophomore year, and said the East Coast exposure was somewhat of a shock to him.
This town is a shock.
First touchdown pass for Boomer Esiason in 13 quarters. And we'd like to welcome those of you who have been watching the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots in overtime. Buffalo with a come-from-behind victory to make it a record of 7-1. 5 minutes into the first quarter. 17-yard touchdown pass from Esiason to Mitchell for a 7-0 lead for the Jets. O.J. McDuffie, rookie from Penn State. Mike Williams, 3-year man from Northeastern, are back deep. Drifts and McDuffie on the return. Out to the 20 where he's submarine. O.J. McDuffie with the return. Hit by Adrian Morrell. So Miami to the offense for the first time. So here comes Scott Mitchell onto the field, the AFC's Offensive Player of the Week the last 2 weeks. In his 4th season out of Utah, he has done a remarkable job in taking over for the injured Dan Marino.
And the biggest problem for the Jets is they have really not seen this guy. They've seen him on a couple of games in film, but they have not seen him in person. And it makes a big difference to the defense if you don't know what his trends are.
The Dolphins will start from the 21-yard line. And it's to the ground for Higgs. Mark Higgs, who goes 5'7", 198 pounds, tried to accelerate, stopped by Jeff Lageman. That offensive line of Webb, Sims, Ulenik, Dellenbach, and Heller. And the right tackle now more important with the left-hander, Scott Mitchell. It's Mitchell with either Kirby or Higgs, along with Byers, Fryer, Ingram, and Jackson are the receivers. 3 wide. It's O.J. McDuffie with Tony Martin now, sidelined by injury. 2nd down and 6 from the 25-yard line. Mitchell goes sideline, and he has a first down, combining with the one-time Giant, Mark Ingram. That's good for 13.
Well, Mark Ingram, I mean, he really appreciates Mitchell. He said it isn't too hard with the left-handed guy. After he throws the first pass, then you know what he's going to do. But take a look at this perfect timing. Ingram's to the outside. Mitchell gets the ball there.
And we welcome one more group, Paul. Those of you who have been watching Houston and Seattle, the Oilers knocking off the Seahawks. 9 minutes remaining in this first quarter. First down for Miami on the 37. First time the Dolphins have had the ball. They're down 7-0. Higgs. Short pickup. Marvin Washington, the left defensive end, making the tackle. It's Washington, Mercereau, Marshall, and Lageman. Up front, Lageman still bothered by the shoulder injury. Houston, Clifton, and Lewis, the linebackers, will also see quite a bit of the good-looking rookie Marvin Jones, who has played very well recently. And the secondary, Thomas Hasty, Washington, and Lott. Ronnie Lott had a terrific game against the Giants last week. The nickelback is Marcus Turner. 2nd down and 8 at the 39. Byers and Kirby now in the backfield. Mitchell, and that went through the hands of the tight end, Keith Jackson. Keith Jackson has not seen much of the ball in recent weeks. He's been bothered by injuries, had a pulled hamstring, sat out the game against Washington. Only 14 catches for Jackson this season.
Well, it'd be very tough to catch this one. This thing was a bullet. Mitchell was about 12 yards away and just drills this thing. Watch Mitchell from the reverse angle. You're going to see the left-hander. When he fires this ball, it's very difficult. That thing is humming. The ball is cold, slick, and it's hard to catch. Got to take a little bit off.
Like Marino, he does throw a very strong ball. 3rd and 8. And Mitchell had it deflected, and it is picked off. Lonnie Young, who has made it back from what appeared to be career-ending knee surgery, coming off with the pick.
I think this ball just slips out of his hand.
Classic television. Hogan's Heroes.
Green Acres.
Arnold Zipper. Who played him? Nobody. He was the pig. Remember Family Affair?
Mr. French.
I liked him. He's attractive.
Pete, Link, Julie. Okay, Ginger or Mary Ann?
Ginger was a bimbo.
Mary Ann. Mary Ann or Jeannie?
Beechwood aged Budweiser.
Jeannie.
Crisp, clean, classic. With DeskJet printers from Hewlett-Packard, it's easy to make it happen.
As your engine revs higher, the oil forms a hydrodynamic wedge, protecting your engine parts. But as your oil's viscosity breaks down, so can the wedge. That's why Castrol GTX has unique viscosity improvers. Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol, because if your viscosity breaks down, What's next? Castrol GTX. Now get a free officially licensed NFL team football when you buy a case of Castrol GTX.
Marvin Washington, number 97. Watch what he does. He comes on the outside. His right hand is going to hit Mitchell's arm. Right here. His left hand, excuse me, not his right hand. And that puts the ball up in the air. Lonnie Young makes the interception. The Jets have the ball at the 40-yard line. Outstanding play. Now here it is from the end zone. Left of the screen. Bang, he does hit his arm. Lonnie Young gets the interception, and the Jets have the ball again.
His first interception of the season. First down for the Jets at the Miami 40-yard line. Johnny Johnson getting the call and refusing to go down. Johnny Johnson, one-time member of the Phoenix Cardinals in his 4th year out of San Jose State, taken down by the combination of John Grimsley and Jarvis Williams.
Johnny Johnson just made an excellent move. When he went to the hole was not there. So all he did was hop back to the outside. He ends up picking up 4 yards on a play which should have been for no gain at all.
Scott Mitchell intercepted for the first time since his very first throw 3 weeks ago when he came on for Marino against the Browns, and he was picked off by Najee Mustafa, who went 97 yards for the touchdown. Second down and 5. The Jets at the Miami 35. Esiason stumbled, looked like he slipped as he handed to Baxter, and it is a short advance.
See, that's one of those deals where you've got to give a half an interception to Marvin Washington.
Yes.
I mean, he's the guy that knocks the ball up in the air. All Young did was catch it.
Right, I think that will be a new statistic that is added to the NFL terminology.
You don't really like that, do you?
No.
You don't think it's going to work?
How about if they have a category called pressure? Yes, that's it.
They have one called hurries.
Well, he gets what he gets. Hurries,
hits,
pressure,
tackles, knockdowns, takeouts, everything.
It's a 3rd and 4 at the 34-yard line. Johnson peeling off to the right. Esiason goes the other way. Johnny Mitchell with the catch and a first down. Jarvis Williams, Dwight Hollier combined to make the tackle.
You think the Miami Dolphins don't know that this is going to be a pass play? Johnny Mitchell, Johnny Johnson goes into motion. When he's in motion, you see him there, and there's Mitchell with the catch for the first down. But there's nobody left in the backfield. Obviously, it can't be a running play unless Boomer's going to run. And he only did that once, and that wasn't by design.
And he went for 17, his longest run of the season. A very sharp start, though, for Boomer Esiason. Last week, in the win against the Giants, 12 for 17 in what would be labeled a functional or an efficient ball game. But is throwing well here in the early going. Is 4 of 5 for 42 yards. First down at the 26. Esiason again getting the time, and it is incomplete. Intended for Rob Moore. Took a pop from the free safety Lewis Oliver.
Boomer Esiason has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and sometimes you think quarterbacks with experience have eyes in the back of their heads, because when you see Boomer Esiason, he'll start drifting, and as he's drifting, and just before he knows he's going to get hit, he dumps the ball out. Now, the ball should have been caught by Rob Moore, but Boomer is there. There's Rob Moore. Cox has got him hit at the line of scrimmage, and then Moore's going across. Look, this ball hits him in the hands. Should have caught it. Of course, Lewis Oliver had a lot to say about him afterwards.
Second down and 10 at the Miami 26. 6 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And again, Esiason over the middle, but he threw it behind Chris Burkett.
The first time they've really been close, and that was Larry Webster, number 79, finally getting close to Boomer Esiason. But he still had plenty of time to throw the ball. Look at this. Here's the protection. They're forcing everybody to the outside. Webster comes in. But Boomer Esiason has already thrown the ball. He's hit afterwards. He knows he should have had the ball in Burkett's hands.
It sets a 3rd and 10 at the 26. Bruce Coslet was telling us yesterday after practice his main concern to get the Jets to put last week's inspiring win over the Giants out of their minds and direct their attention to the Miami Dolphins. Nice catch by Johnson. Again, the ball was thrown behind him, and he took a shot hit by J.B. Brown, but that pass was slightly off the mark. The Jets short of the first down, and the field goal unit checks in.
I mean, that's a great catch by Johnson. Lewis Oliver, number 25, is going to wipe out his own man, J.B. Brown. Watch this. Now here goes Johnson to the outside. JB's there. Look at number 25 come in. Watch this hit. JB Brown goes down. Johnson goes out.
37-yard attempt. Aguiar will put it down for Blanchard. It is good. Cary Blanchard, 9 for 12 this season, and he's extended the Jets to a 10-0 lead.
When they told him he didn't have the size to play, he reached inside and found the power. Starter. He was from a small school in a small town, but he had the heart to make it big. Starter. Each had a dream, and when you start with a dream, where you end up is up to you. Starter. Available at Foot Locker, where it all begins.
Oh, my back hurts and I had a game this afternoon, so I'm taking Advil. More doctors recommend Advil by name to relieve backaches than any other brand. With Advil, a sore back won't keep me from swinging. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Dear Midas customers, we don't want your family riding around on bad brakes. That's why we'll fix the brakes on most cars the same day you bring it in.
I lost my shoes, I broke my arm, and my socks didn't match. I was as sorry as your average chicken sandwich. And then I tried McDonald's new McGrill Chicken Extra Value Meal. A marinated chicken breast with Monterey Jack, sweet red onions, and tangy herb dressing on a bakery roll, plus fries and a Coke. Well, my arm got better, my socks both matched, and I just found a Rembrandt in my garage.
Coincidence? We don't think so. Try the new McGrill Chicken Sandwich Extra Value Meal. Further proof that what you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Starter, authentic apparel and headwear of the NFL. By Hewlett-Packard DeskJet and LaserJet printers. By Budweiser, fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. And by Magnavox, the ingenious products from Magnavox. They're smart, very smart.
A little artistic shot by our director, Dick Klein. Yes, the sights and sounds around Giant Stadium.
What was that first thing we were cooking? Yak?
Yes, I believe so, Paul.
That was some bad-looking stuff. Yo!
Yak, did you say?
Fried yak. From the barbecued yak.
5:32 to go in this first quarter. The Jets off to the fast start, leading Miami 10-0. Louis Aguiar will kick it off to O.J. McDuffie and Mike Williams. Again in the direction of McDuffie to the 15. Little head fake by the rookie from Penn State. Brought down by Kurt Bobber. We'll be back in a moment.
No, my plane's stuck somewhere back
The flight has been canceled. The 5 most hated words of every business traveler. On a day like this, I know it's not the airline's fault. Still, I just want somebody to give me some answers.
Let's see if we can reroute you to another city.
Those are the people I come back to. They try and find a way and give me my best option. Maybe even on another airline. I appreciate that. Because a little honesty goes a long way. Tell Billy by halftime, I'll be there.
You know the possibilities of toppings on that deal?
Yeah, 10.
1,048,576.
10 was just a ballpark figure.
Some ballpark.
Little Caesar's favorite 5. 2 pizzas, 5 toppings, $7.98.
Pizza.
Some people get nasal congestion, but if you get sinus congestion, use a sinus spray like Sinex. Only Sinex has a decongestant plus Vicks Vapors, so you can feel your swollen passages open up. For sinus, think Sinex.
Finally, there's a TV that proves technology can make our lives easier. A Magnavox TV with a precise color picture, smart windows which preview other channels, and a unique smart sound feature which ensures your volume will stay at normal levels no matter what comes on. Magnavox is so smart I didn't even have to show up for this commercial. How'd I do?
Great. You were great.
The innovative TVs from Magnavox. Smart, very smart.
Monday, don't miss a special Fresh Prince Blossom Hour at the Playboy Mansion.
It's just like the magazine.
Bingo.
Whoa. A special all-new Fresh Prince Blossom Hour, NBC Monday.
Earlier we discussed that first attempted pass by Scott Mitchell in the game against the Cleveland Browns when he took over for the injured Dan Marino. Picked off and run back 97 yards by Najee Mustafa. We asked Scott yesterday after practice what was going through his mind as he watched Mustafa run it back for the score.
Well, you know, when I went in the game, I just wanted to make an impact, and unfortunately it was for the other team. And I was chasing the guy down the field, and I just said to myself, I can't believe this is happening. It was just unreal. It really was.
I can't believe this was happening, said Scott Mitchell, who runs out to the 30, taken down by Scott Mercereau.
Does he look a little bit like Tom Cruise?
Yes, a striking resemblance to Tom Cruise, which has been mentioned from time to time in the Miami area. It is 4th year out of Utah, and as you can see, Miami Dolphins under Don Shula, when they have gone to the backup, have remained successful. It goes back to the days of Earl Morrall and George Myra and Don Strock, right through Scott Mitchell, who has played in terrific fashion, taking over for Marino. Goes sideline, and that was off the mark. Intended for Fryer, who tried to bring it in with one hand, covered by Eric Thomas. Look at the late games. Philadelphia in front of Phoenix on a 27-yarder by Barr.
You know, the one thing about this young man that is the difference of Marino. They know, and talking to the Jets, they know that they knew Marino wouldn't run. Okay, unless he had, maybe down by the goal line, he'd run a bootleg or something. But most of the time, we're not running. This young man will run. He showed that on first down when he tucked the ball away and picked up 6.
It's a 3rd and 4 from the 31. And he is hit, able to get away, throws one, a wild toss that was intended for the tight end Keith Jackson. And the Jets are putting pressure on Scott Mitchell, who's having a difficult time here in the early going.
You said one thing that has to happen is that the right tackle now is Heller. He has to be the guy that has to block on the backside of Mitchell because he's a left-handed quarterback. That time, Heller did not block very well, and they got to Mitchell. He got out of it, got the ball away, but Mitchell is hurt. He's on the sidelines. They're looking at him.
Now the backup is Doug Peterson, first-year player from Northeast Louisiana, and the emergency quarterback, the former Patriot, Tom Hodson. Dale Hatcher, who has certainly had his ups and downs this season with that punt. Fair catch by Terrence Mathis. 34-yard punt. 4.5 remaining. First quarter. Jets with a 10-0 lead.
Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
The problem with cotton pants is they come out of the dryer with all these wrinkles. But hey, Hager wrinkle-free cottons are 100% cotton. They come out of the dryer wrinkle-free. And really, really hot.
Oh, Hager wrinkle-free cottons. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
What's new from Xerox? Xerox Extreme 450 Antifreeze and a new 4-year guarantee. We've taken our promise to extremes. For the next 4 years or the next 50,000 miles, we guarantee the temperature never drops below Xerox.
Recently, Boomer Esiason tried to bet a few of his friends that they couldn't eat just one Lay's potato chip.
I bet you can't eat just one. And if I lose, I have to shave my head? Just head? Shave? What? Oh, come on, man. No.
More and more people are discovering that Lay's are different.
Hi, guys.
So crunchy and perfectly golden, you can't eat just one.
Hey, come on. Swallow stupid? Who's stupid enough to take that bet?
Welcome to another day in the National Football League. Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. The two teams you're about to see.
Today's Lay's, now more than ever, that you can't eat just one.
It's the game of the year. The #1 ranked Florida State Seminoles battle the 2nd ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Next Saturday at 1:30 Eastern, the showdown.
We talked about the right tackle has to be the key tackle now. That's Ron Heller right here. When you watch what Lageman is sitting outside of him, watch what happens. Lageman goes up and then inside on the backside of Scott Mitchell. He's the guy that raises havoc in there and forces Scott Mitchell out of the play. Heller has to block better.
So the Jets first down from the 38-yard line. They lead the Dolphins by the score of 10-0. And a fumble by Johnson. He's able to cover up. Johnny Johnson recovering his own fumble. Well, the report on Miami quarterback Scott Mitchell. He is okay. He had the wind knocked out of him. Dan Marino is on the sideline. There he is, out with a torn Achilles tendon. Told us yesterday he'll be on crutches for another 3 to 4 weeks. And there is a Jet player down. It's James Thornton, backup tight end. They are checking him out. James Thornton, one-time member of the Chicago Bears in his 6th NFL season. He's spent 4 years with Chicago, sat out last season with a foot injury and signed with the Jets as a free agent. Jet trainer Bob Reese checking it out. When we resume, it'll be a 2nd down and 10. The Jets from their 38. Well, the Jets with the 10 points here at the start have matched their total from all of last week against the Giants. They have in recent weeks had some problems scoring points. Opened the season with 45 against the Patriots, 30 against the Eagles. Raiders came from behind to knock them off, then only 10 against the Bills. They beat the Giants, but held to 10 points. And here in the first quarter, they're off to the 10-0 lead.
Yeah, but when you score a lot of points, they end up losing the game.
That's a good point.
Eagles and the Raiders.
Esiason able to complete over the middle, and Rob Moore broke a tackle to pick up a first down. A 15-yard hookup. White Collier made the stop.
The Miami Dolphins are going to have to start blitzing someone because this offensive line of the Jets, they're just giving Boomer Esiason all the time he wants. Watch the line. Esiason is not really getting any pressure at all. Now, Grimsley, number 59, did blitz. He blitzed late. But you've got to send somebody up the middle because all Boomer Esiason is doing is stepping up and hitting the free man.
Jets have a first down at the Miami 48. 3:20 remaining in this opening quarter. And the leaping catch by Moore. Stopped by J.B. Brown. And Rob Moore is certainly a presence here this afternoon.
Well, he is a presence. And Boomer Esiason is very hot, and he's throwing the ball very well. But he's got, again, I'm not going to belabor this point, but he's got all day to throw the football. And when you have that much time, your receivers can work on the defensive backs. J.B. Brown does not have a chance. Here they are. Look at this. 4-man rush. They're not even getting close to Boomer Esiason.
Second and less than a yard. The spot just shy of the first down. And it's to the ground for Baxter, who does pick it up. Stopped by Oliver and Cross.
I'll tell you, Dwayne White really made a great block on Klingbeil. He blocked Klingbeil down the line of scrimmage, and Baxter cuts right behind him, and they pick up the first down. It's just an outstanding block by White.
At the Miami 31.
Number 67 is White. Take a look at the right guard. He takes Klingbeil all the way by the hole. When he does that, there's the hole opens up. There's the first down.
First down at the 31. Burkett to the left, now in motion. And Mathis to the right. And it's a reverse for Mathis. Esiason through the block, but that did not work. And did he cough it up? He fumbled. The Dolphins on it. They have recovered. Yes, that did not work.
Outstanding play by Marco Coleman, number 90. He is the man that makes the play. There was just no place to go for Mathis on the play. You know, you're down here moving the ball, and then you run a gadget. Of course, I don't like the play anyway. I never like reverses, but here it comes, and number 90 is going to get into the play right about now. And there's the play right on the bottom. You see Coleman making the stop, along with Collier, number 50, making the hit. Those two guys combined. Jeff Cross gets the ball. The Miami Dolphins have it at the 28-yard line.
A minute 50 to go, first quarter. The Dolphins trailing by the score of 10-0. First down from their 28. But Mitchell had problems taking the snap and throws off the run. He fires one over the head of O.J. McDuffie. Coverage provided by James Hasty.
O.J. McDuffie stopped. He saw Mitchell in trouble, so he slowed down. Instead of going downfield, he did the smart thing to come back to the quarterback to try to help him. But O.J. McDuffie stopped on the play. Mitchell threw the ball downfield.
And Scott Mitchell, who has put up impressive numbers his first 3 games, showing only 1 for 6 for 13 yards. Last week against the Chiefs, a personal high 344 yards, 22 of 33, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. It was picked off earlier this first quarter. And he is able to complete for the first down. Jackson with the catch. Kyle Clifton and James Hasty made the tackle. That's a 17-yard pass play.
All right, you got Jackson involved now. Now, the next play has got to be Byers involved. Here it is. Keith Jackson just bumps, gets in the open area. Mitchell finds him. Keith Jackson picks up the first down. Now, 55, Houston is covering Byers. Now, here's Jackson. Boom. Clifton lets him go to the outside. There's no one there to pick him up. Now get the Byers into the ball game.
Miami first down to the 44. Higgs tried to dance his way, but turned back by Kyle Clifton. Mark Higgs, who has made it back from off-season surgery, alternating with Terry Kirby, the rookie from Virginia. Now Higgs to the sideline, and Kirby checks in.
Well, if you people down at Florida State, you want to know why Marvin Jones isn't playing, starting? Because of Kyle Clifton. The job he just did right there shows you why.
The Jets feel on most other teams, Marvin Jones would be the starting middle linebacker. Byers, rare opportunity to run the ball for Keith Byers, taken down by Bill Pickel. Keith Byers in his 8th season out of Ohio State, averaging about 4 yards per carry, but only 34 carries, including that one. For the most part, he is a pass receiver out of the backfield.
They really create a problem. When they put Keith Jackson, this is the beginning of the quarter, but when they put Keith Jackson and Byers to the same side and they come off, he really makes a dilemma for the linebackers.
That is the end of the first quarter. The score, the Jets 10, Miami nothing.
After all these years, Watson, the trail is decidedly cold.
But Holmes, it's quite warm in here.
All these years.
Curiously cozy.
No, fiendishly clever. Observe, Watson. Warm house, many years. It must be...
A Lennox.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
For home heating, for cooking, for hot water, use clean, natural gas. America's best energy value.
Save right now. Buy 3 Goodyear tires at the regular price, get the 4th tire free. That's right. Buy any 3 of these Goodyear tires at the regular price and get the 4th free. 4 for 3 now. Hurry, sale ends soon.
At BASF, we don't make the sneakers, we make them bouncier. We don't make the car, we make it more colorful. We don't make the leather, we make it jazzier. We don't make the helmet, we make it more comfortable. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
Okay, I confess. I want my hair to look great. But I got better things to do than to mess around with it. So I use a special shampoo and conditioner that cleans and completely conditions without the hassle. Pert Plus. Net result, no matter what I've been doing, my hair does what I want it to. Why would I mess around with anything else?
Pert Plus. Great hair. No fuss.
All right, Paul, a popular tradition that has picked up steam as the season has gone on. A look at the natural gas quarterback efficiency ratings. Dan Marino still holding the 2nd spot, and Boomer Esiason is number 3. Boomer, in fact, is the 3rd-rated passer in the AFC. Got off to the fast start. Did drop off in recent games, but a good first quarter for Esiason. Jets 10 and Miami nothing. Second quarter is underway. High snap on the shotgun. And Kirby took the pop. However, it is being blown dead. Lonnie Young picked it up. Play was whistled dead. Lonnie Young earlier intercepted a Scott Mitchell pass. And Young ran it in, but they'll bring it back.
Lonnie Young was the man that made the tackle on this play. Not only did he make the tackle, picked up the ball, Lonnie Young is doing everything. He only gets in on a nickel and dime situation. But here it is. Kirby is there. Lonnie Young, number 31, to the outside. The ball hits the ground. But I'm going to tell you, see that play there? That play you would probably not see if Marino were in the ball game. Marino would have been throwing the football.
Hatcher will punt from his 30. Terrence Mathis is back. Now a flag has been thrown. Ball is down by Bernie Parmalee of the Dolphins. 27-yard punt. And it appears to be a hold on the Dolphins. That's Dale Hamer handling today's game.
I would take the ball at the 20, almost the 28-yard line. But again, when you look at Hatcher, he is not punting the ball very well at all year long.
Averaging under 40 yards per punt has not been effective.
See that
Holding.
Houston game?
Number 93 for the kicking team. Penalty is declined. First down.
Moon threw the ball 55 times in that ball game. 55 times.
Old AFL type statistic. Raiders with that 3-0 lead. Phoenix and Philadelphia down tied at 3. The Jets with a 10-0 lead on Miami. And the Jets will take over at their 27-yard line. Bruce Coslett, head coach of the Jets, has won 4 of the past 5 meetings against Miami, including that earlier season win in Miami. And remember last year, Ken O'Brien threw for 3 first-half touchdowns. Jets beat the Dolphins. Look at the first quarter statistics, and the Jets with a commanding edge.
Yeah, they are. The turnovers are exactly the same, but the total yardage, 110. Most importantly, 10-zip.
Long count by Esiason. Short set, Moore. To the 35, and bumped out, has the first down. J.B. Brown, the right corner, on the stop. Now, the earlier Jet game, J.B. Brown had all kinds of problems with Rod Moore, who had a big one against the Dolphins.
Hold us if you can. You're going to have a lot more problems because he's playing 10 yards off the ball. This was just a read by Moore and Esiason. He sees J.B. Brown 10 yards off. Nobody out there on the outside to help him out. Just pops the ball. They picked up 10 yards on the play.
Jets first down from their 39. Moore coming across. Esiason came stumbling away with that snap. Brad Baxter, the ball carrier. Jeff Cross made the stop. Don Shula looking for career win number 325. His first came against the 49ers. A look at Don through the years, a little bit more mature. October 72 with the 100th against the Chargers. Number 200 against the Patriots. Number 300, September of 91 against the Packers. You know, since the inception of the bye week in the NFL, I don't think anyone has handled it in the same manner as Don Shula, Paul. During the bye week, he gets married and restructures his offense. All of that same weekend. Unbelievable. Johnny Johnson. Bringing across the 45, Brian Cox. Dwight Hollier made the stop. He did get married during the Dolphins.
Well, they don't usually have a bye week. That's why he gets married.
That's right. And he had a tail of the offense in making the transition from Marino to Mitchell. Most unusual combination of activities in the new structure. We're seeing more rolling out and shorter range pass routes. The blocking has changed.
Well, the one thing with Mitchell, though, that Shula is said to us, we don't ask him to win the ball game. We ask him to let the other people do the job. Just get the ball in the hands of the people that can get the job done. Pryor, Ingram, Myers, Jackson, Kirby.
Thus far in the first half, the Dolphins have not done the job. Almost picked off by Cox. Brian Cox had it thrown right in his chest.
But Brian was looking at the offensive receiver, and Boomer, Boomer Esiason, I don't know if he was trying to throw the ball away or not, but he hits Cox with the ball. Look at Cox, just watch his head. He's looking at the receiver. See it? Boing. Then the ball comes in, and the arm, hey, here it comes. I might as well go ahead and try and catch it. Then he did miss it, but that ball was humming. Now we're going to see Cox and Boomer Esiason, one of his favorite receivers, Cox.
Will punt for the first time from his 31. O.J. McDuffie averaging 10 yards per return. Aguilar able to put it high into the air. Does not allow the return. We'll be back in a moment.
Dude, Nintendo! Yo, Flip, for Domino's Pizza's $25 million Super Mario All-Star Instant Win game. With every Domino's order, get a free Instant Win game card. A chance to win thousands of special Power Set prizes from Domino's like Super NES, Game Boy systems, and the new Super Mario All-Star game. And now, buy our new crunchy thin crust pizza and get free Twisty Bread. So, if you're into Nintendo and great pizza, call Domino's for something for nothing when you call Domino's.
Hey, what's this? You've been driving imports for years.
I like the Grand Am more.
Well, yeah, but looks are in everything.
Excuse me.
Okay, so it's fun to drive. Come on.
It's got anti-lock brakes and an airbag standard. And even with a V6, it costs thousands less than a Accord or Camry.
Whoa, so I'm talking to a convert.
We are driving excitement, Pontiac.
It feels good to be driving American again.
Pontiac, Pontiac.
What is the color of a giggle? What is the sound of the sun going down? With 3 hours of breathtaking picture and sound on a single tape, and instant playback at the touch of a button, nothing portrays the moments that color our lives like a Sony Handycam camcorder. It's your life. Isn't it worth a Sony?
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Call Domino's Pizza now and you'll be enjoying our new crunchy thin crust pizza during halftime.
Well, for those who may have missed it earlier today, our Paul McGuire made a cameo on NFL Live. Paul in a little Playhouse comedy skit, a parody.
What is going on here? Well, it must have been... Oh, it's our Paul McGuire. Look at this. Getting ready to do the Jets game today against the Dolphins at the Meadowlands and overshooting the parachute shot by several Burrows.
Yes, little parody of last night's bizarre drop-by the parachutist. Keith Byers on the catch. Took a hit from Brian Washington, took the official with him.
Keith Byers, I said you're going to have to get him in the ball game, and they do have to do that a little bit further downfield if you can find. Washington is the guy that gets there. Rex Stewart is the official that goes down, sporting my hairdo.
Paul, for authenticity purposes, it was suggested by producer David Neal that you be pummeled and wrestled to the ground by crew members of NFL Live, which would have been a better aftermath. Nice catch by Fryer in front of Thomas for a first down. Irving Fryer with his first catch of the day.
Thomas almost has a touchdown. This ball takes an awful long time to get there. Look at this ball up in the air, and look at Thomas. Thomas goes to knock the ball down. Smart thing, gets a piece of Fryer, make sure he's out of bounds. Excellent defensive play.
Miami first down from their 32. 4 minutes have gone by. Second quarter. Marv Albert, Paul McGuire from Giant Stadium. Jets 10. And the Dolphins nothing off the delay. Kirby is hit behind the line. Loss on the play. Paul Freys up to make the stop. Paul Freys in his 5th year. There he is, number 91 out of Syracuse.
You know, after the first play from scrimmage, when Higgs ran with the football, that was the last time they blocked this defensive line of the New York Jets. The offensive line of Miami supposed to be the real strong point in this football team. They're having a terrible time blocking this team.
It has been a ferocious defensive effort by the Jets in this first half. Miami second down 12. You saw the movement, and now a flag is thrown. Kirby. So Kirby brings out right at the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. Marvin Jones made the stop. If that holds up, it's good for 12, and it will.
Well, they've got to take the penalty because it puts you in a 3rd down and 2 situation, or 3rd and 1. And if it puts you in that kind of a situation, if you take the penalty, it'll be 2nd down and about 6 or 7. So even though you picked up the yardage, I think you've got to take the penalty.
Offside, defense, nose tackle, 5 yards, previous spot, repeat 2nd down.
Yes, all right, they do take the penalty.
Yeah, because it puts you in the 3rd. Now you only have 1 down to pick up 2 yards. This way you have 2 downs to pick up 7 yards.
It is a 2nd and 7 from the 35. Miami Dolphins coming at 6-1. They are now a half game behind Buffalo. They have victories at Buffalo, at Cleveland. They have beaten Indianapolis twice. They defeated Washington and Kansas City. The only loss earlier this season at home to the Jets. And Mitchell throws it high and hard, incomplete. Intended for Mark Ingram, covered by Hasty and Washington. Now across the Hudson. Let's go to Jim Lampley.
All right, Marv. Raiders come to Soldier Field in Chicago for the first time in 9 years. Get a pick against Jim Harbaugh deep in Bear territory. Nat McCallum punches it in from a yard out. Raiders up 10-0. Bears without a TD for the last 11 quarters. Back to Marvin Paul.
Thank you, Jim. It is a 3rd down and 7. Miami from its 35-yard line, and it appears a timeout is being requested by the Jets.
They didn't have the right combination of people on the field, Marv.
5 minutes in, 2nd quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
Now, when I was a young boy,
Cold filter, Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
greatest man alive. But now I'm a man, way past 21.
I don't think there's any family who wants to have to go to somebody else to feed their children. Hunger exists in every community. Hunger really cuts across every segment of society. We know what the answer is, and the answer is to feed people. It's going to take a lot to solve hunger in this country. We're grateful for American Express card member support in helping to provide a meal every time they use the card.
You can help. Use the American Express card to join the Charge Against Hunger till December 31st.
What a day for a daydream.
A new look, impossible to resist. The rush of a powerful V6 engine, superb control and handling, even the safety of driver and passenger airbags. This stuff of dreams? Not anymore.
Like it? Loved it.
The new Grand Prix Sport Coupe.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We are driving excitement. By cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold. By GE. From aircraft engines to appliances, we bring good things to life. And by American Airlines. Something special in the air.
Coming up on the 5 o'clock hour here in the New York, New Jersey area. Capacity crowd, 76,000 at the New Jersey Meadowlands. 10 minutes remaining, 2nd quarter. The Jets 10, Miami nothing. And the Dolphins 3rd and 7 from their 35. Mitchell's pass is caught for a 1st down. Scott Miller. Now check that. Mark Ingram on the reception, tackled by the combination of Eric Thomas and Marcus Turner.
See, that extra play gives you a chance to get that 1st down. And here's the blocking. That time, the Jets faked the blitz and then peeled off, but it didn't do him any good. They didn't get enough people back. Marcus Turner was looking at the receiver, Ingram, instead of looking back at the ball.
Mark Ingram returning to a field he is quite familiar with as a member of the Giants for 6 seasons. It is a 1st down at the 46. Second back coming through. Terry Kirby out to midfield.
What is it Ingram was telling us about a play, Marv, when he said in a game, and Marino knows the whole book, and here we are trying to learn the book, and he calls a play that they used some 8 weeks ago in a preseason game. He audibilizes to, he said, like 62, and Ingram looked at him like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, Mark Ingram also very impressed with the poise of Scott Mitchell. Remember, Mitchell threw that interception, which we showed you earlier on the first pass when he took over for Marino. Everyone was trying to keep Mitchell's spirits up, trying to calm him down. It's Kirby battling his way. Stacked up short of the 1st down. Houston and Jones combined to make the stop. Marvin Jones, a rookie from Florida State, a native of Miami, in on this play.
Marvin Jones, we were talking to him yesterday about the Shula deal. You see Marvin Jones in there making a play, and we said, you know, about going for the record. He said, we don't want to make anyone happy. Yes. And he's always smiling, this guy. What a pleasant man he is. Except out there.
8th play of the drive. It's a 3rd down and 2. That's the tight end, Beatty, 84, in motion. It's Hicks knifing his way for the first down. Getting back to Ingram, talking about Mitchell, where everybody is trying to soothe the feelings of Mitchell after the interception, and it reached the point Mitchell in the huddle looks up and says very sternly, hey, I'm okay.
Let's get on with it.
Right. And which he obviously was, because the Dolphins were able to come from behind and beat the Browns, and they've won their last 2 games, and Mitchell has played well. A Miami Dolphin player is down. We're screened out. We'll check it out when we come back.
Pontiac believes safety is so important to the modern high-performance sports car. We've equipped all our new Firebirds with standard driver and passenger airbags, standard anti-lock brakes, and safety cage construction. A combination of safety technology is rare on any sports car at any price, let alone one starting at under $14,000. Introducing the all-new Firebird.
Anyone can see that the new GE Profile Radiant Convection range is easy to clean, but the real technological advantage is what you can't see, so we'll show it to you in a roundabout way. Introducing the first GE range that circulates hot air all around your food, roasting meats up to 30% faster, so they get done to a turn on the outside while staying tender and juicy on the inside. Why does GE offer such an ingenious way to cook? Because we know how much of life revolves around dinner.
I don't say this to many people, but the job we do is the most important job I can think of.
Okay, guys, listen up.
I mean, there's no such thing as a B-plus mechanic on this airline.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Even the most junior mechanic can keep an airplane in this hangar if there's a hint of a problem. You might think a job like this would become routine, but every now and then, I just take a walk through the terminal. And right there, you see what's important.
Number 1, Florida State's never won the national championship. Number 2, Notre Dame wants to add to its record 8 national titles. The game of the year, next Saturday, the showdown on NBC.
And yesterday, the Florida State win over Maryland 49-20 as they look ahead to next Saturday against Notre Dame. Charlie Ward sat out yesterday's game against the Maryland Terrapins with a bruised rib injury. He will be back next week. And the AP rankings released earlier today with Florida State number 1 and Notre Dame number 2. So they will meet next Saturday, 1:30 Eastern Time here on NBC. The injured Dolphin was the starting center, Jeff Ulanate. So Jeff Dellenbach moves to center. Bert Widener comes in at the right guard position. First down at the 40. Nice play action by Mitchell, and it is, let's see, was that completed? Ronnie Lott on the cover. Byers made the catch. Byers on a 15-yard pickup.
Mitchell had Widener out in front with him. All he could have run for the first down because there's nobody out here, but Mitchell elects to throw the ball to Keith Byers. And look at this pass, right on target. Ronnie Lott couldn't cover any better than he did. Byers gets the ball. The ball's thrown away. Lawton has no chance. Great play.
And they're working on Jeff Ulanate, 5th-year center out of Ohio State, has made it back from knee surgery. First down at the 24. Incomplete intended for the running back, Mark Higgs. 6:51 remaining in this first half at a 10-0 Jets lead. We're told that James Hasty is apparently has been taken back to the Jets locker room for x-rays with a bruised jaw. Key member of the Jets secondary, James Hasty, has departed. Mitchell is 6 for 13, 65 yards. Intercepted once. 2nd and 10. The Jet 24-yard line. And Mitchell is hauled down. Leonard Marshall with his first sack of the season. Leonard Marshall had been a disappointment for the Jets since coming over from the Giants, although Bruce Kozlik pointed out he did play very well last week, had a number of pressures against his former team, and he'll feel much better about this. First sack of the season.
Well, he goes right between Widener and Heller. Now, I got to believe that Widener has to stay with him to move to the outside. Marshall, once he splits the two, the guard and the tackle, he was free to get to the quarterback.
And sets it back to a third. 19 at the 33, and Scott Mitchell calls for time. 6:19 remaining, second quarter.
Meet Greg and Nancy Wagner. They love to cut loose.
Hey, come on.
Obviously, they got themselves a hot, fun-to-drive car.
We got a Pontiac Grand Am.
Exactly. A powerful new V6, sports suspension, a real blast.
Hey, the Grand Am also makes a lot of sense. It's solid. It's got an airbag and anti-lock brakes, standard.
Lots of room for the family.
For thousands less than a quarter Camry.
So that fun Grand Am was also the smart car to buy? Can you beat that?
Nope.
We are driving excitement, Pontiac.
For this guy, any deodorant will do. But these guys need Speed Stick, antiperspirant that gives 110%. And now Speed Stick deodorant has a powerful new formula to fight odor. Speed Stick, for movers and shakers, the #1, the only one.
Football. Real football. And real grass.
Lambeau Field and snow.
No, too obvious. What about the fearsome force?
The Purple People Eaters.
Carl Eller.
No-name defense.
The Oakland Raiders.
Baltimore Colts. Hey, Mike Curtis.
Ray Nitschke.
Willie Lanier.
Immaculate reception.
Franco's Italian.
Oh, real fullback.
Franco Harris, Marv Hubbard, take your pick.
No. The snake to Clarence Davis, 26 seconds left. AFC semifinals versus Miami.
Beechwood Aged Budweiser. Crisp, clean, classic.
It's about our hopes. It's about our fears.
I'm sorry, Bob. You don't have a lot of time left.
From the makers of Ghost.
Just so you know, I'm looking for a miracle here.
Comes a story about all our lives.
I'm gonna repeat this thing, Hal.
My Life, rated PG-13. At theaters Friday.
A reminder tonight, an all-new eyewitness video followed by Sequest, and then Patty Duke and Martin Sheen star in a powerful story about a mother trying to bring her son's killer to justice. A matter of justice. It's all tonight here on NBC. Miami third down, 19 from the 33. Mitchell facing the pressure, popped out of his hands, and it was caught by Kirby. Dolphins very fortunate to come up with that ball. Mo Lewis on the stop as Mitchell took a shot.
Boy, the heat was on, and Mitchell stepping up, and you can have a lot of confidence in your offensive line, but you've got to get the ball downfield. Look at here. Here comes a shot. Bang. Washington again making the play, hitting the ball. This one, Kirby comes back, one-hands the ball, and picked up about 2 yards on the play.
It's a 4th and 16 from the 30, so a 48-yard field goal attempt for Pete Stoyanovich. The season high 52. And this one is good. Pete Stoyanovich from 48 yards away. So the Miami Dolphins on the board for the first time with 5:31 remaining in the first half. The Jets now lead 10-3.
The Jets have also dominated this football game. They are in control of the football game. Even though the Dolphins get 3 points there, they are in control of this game, offensively and defensively. And where they're doing it is at the line of scrimmage, on the line.
But as Bruce Kozlik is well aware, and certainly his players are too, this season the Jets have blown considerable leads. Remember, they had a 21-0 lead on the Eagles. They led the Raiders 17-0. And coincidentally, in both games, they were beaten by backup quarterbacks. Bobby Brister leading the Philadelphia Eagles. Vince Evans did it at the helm of the Raiders. And here's Scott Mitchell taking over for Dan Marino.
Buffalo, they get a scare every time they go to New England. That would have been really a big victory for New England. But more importantly, it would have really inspired the Jets and Miami in this game here. I don't know what else they need to inspire them with the record being at hand, but it would, if the Jets beat Miami and Buffalo would have lost, it would put the Jets right back into the picture again. But that didn't happen.
Stojanovic will kick to the combination of Adrian Morrell and Richie Anderson. This is Anderson. He muffed it. Anderson had some problems but was able to cover up. Richie Anderson, a rookie from Penn State, 6th-round draft pick, playing with a pulled hamstring, was able to recover the ball. Here's the muff.
The ball, he never gets control of the ball. And number 87, Mike Williams, a wide receiver, look, he's right there. He almost has a chance to get the ball. On the football.
Yes, the Jets will start out from the 17. Boomer Esiason is 8 for 12, 85 yards, 1 touchdown. He's been having difficulties with the snap. He fumbled it and was able to recover. Boomer on several occasions having difficulty taking it from the center, Jim Sweeney.
You know, when you see something like that, you don't really know whose fault it is. Does he leave too soon? Is the ball centered too late? Are they, you know, that is just miscommunication. Because these guys take so many snaps. I mean, it's all week long, all through training camp.
2nd and 11. Jets at their 16 with just under 5 minutes left in the first half. The Jets 10 and the Dolphins 3. On count. And the swing pass for Johnson. Johnny Johnson run out of bounds at the marker.
I don't understand the defense. Now, you know the guy's going back to pass. Boomer goes back to pass. Johnson comes out, and nobody covers him. There is absolutely nobody to cover Johnny Johnson. They're all stuck inside. Watch. Look at the people inside. They're all sitting there waiting. Now, the linebacker, Grimsley, is the guy that's helping downfield in coverage. If that's his man, he's got to get upfield and get on.
Second catch of the day for Johnson. Last week had a career-high 7 receptions against the Giants. First down at the 28. Got away. It floated. Johnson was well covered. He was the intended receiver, covered by the outside linebacker, John Grimsley.
Brian Cox. I mean, I love this defense. He's back about 8 yards. He's in coverage. Brian Cox. Look at, he's got, okay, what do you got? Give me that. Look where Cox is. Where he is 51 and left of the screen. He's in coverage. He's got everybody deep. I'll take you. I got all the hash marks covered, and Rob Moore if he goes deep. I mean, I know Brian's good.
He had a super game last week against Kansas City. Recovered 2 fumbles, forced the fumble.
He's back in coverage again.
As he was telling us yesterday, very wary of the play-action fakes of Esiason. Nice catch again by Johnson. Johnny Johnson for another first down. Across the 40, tripped up by Lewis Oliver.
The Miami Dolphins are worried so much about the deep threat with Boomer Esiason and Rob Moore going downfield, and also with Burkett. I got to believe this because when they run this screen, all they have are people blocking. Look at Grimsley, 59. He's going downfield with Mitchell. Look at on the outside. There's one guy sitting on the outside, Jarvis Williams, number 26, and he's got to take on all the linemen and try to make the play. And that's after a first down. We've got somebody hurt, and I think it's Cadigan that they're looking at, number 66.
That's Tom Olivadotti, the defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, and their defense has played so well coming into today's game.
One of the things I'm saying is when there's another back left in the backfield, like Johnny Johnson, number 39, somebody is responsible for him. Now, you have to check him. If he comes out into a pattern, you have to come up on him and play him.
And Dave Cadigan is departing. Roger Duffy, 4-year pro from Penn State, has come on. We've also received word concerning the Dolphins starting center. Not good news. Jeff Ulenek is out for the rest of the game with a sprained right knee. So Jeff Dellenbach, who has played some center, in fact was switched from center to right guard, will remain at center, and Bert Widener will play at at right guard. That's the way the Dolphins went the last couple of plays of that last drive.
Bert Widener from Eden, New York.
Yes, you always seem to mention that. He is a neighbor. Huh?
Yes, his family right down the road in Eden.
It is a first down at the 41. The Jets with a 10-3 lead. 3.5 remaining in this first half. It's a draw play for Johnson and a very short pickup. Johnny Johnson is a very smooth runner. The coaches say he has deceptive quickness, change of direction, and an excellent pass receiver. Came to the Jets in a draft day trade from Phoenix. Came on strong late last year after a contract holdout and a series of injuries. Second down and 8 at the 43-yard line. James Fulcher is split wide to the right. To the left. This did beat the play clock. Johnson again. Johnson wide open and again refusing to go down. Brian Cox finally wrestled him to the ground, and that is a 27-yard pickup.
We saw Johnson last week against the Giants catching all kinds of balls. Now there's Hellier is in the middle, and I don't know if he's supposed to cover or not, but look at the leg strength of Johnny Johnson. Down the middle of the field. He just breaks tackle. Finally, Brian Cox makes the tackle to save the touchdown. But here it is right here. Look at Brian Cox. He's going to stay with it. Lewis Oliver missing the tackle. Almost impossible to think that. But Johnny Johnson gives you an idea of his strength. They're at the 30-yard line.
Fourth catch of the game for Johnson with 2 minutes remaining in this first half. We will take a commercial break.
Liberty Mutual Insurance presents Legends of the Game. As a leader of the Redskins posse, this receiver soared to new heights by setting an NFL record for most receptions in a single season. The consummate pro, this receiver's crisp routes are exceeded only by his breathtaking catches. Who is this legend?
Teenagers are 3 times more likely to die driving at night than during the day.
Kid? With me, kid?
Talk to your teenager about serious driving issues before someone else has to do the talking.
Someone call the parents.
With this catch, Art Monk established himself as the most prolific pass receiver in NFL history and a true legend of the game.
If you're really into Nintendo, yo flip for Domino's Pizza's $25 million Super Mario All-Star Instant Win Game. With every Domino's order, get a free Instant Win Game card. A chance to win thousands of special power set prizes from Domino's like Super NES, Game Boy systems, and the new Super Mario All-Star Game. And now, buy our new crunchy thin crust pizza and get free twisty bread. So, if you're into Nintendo and great pizza, call Domino's for something for nothing when you call Domino's.
Next Sunday, legendary Don Shula leads the Miami Dolphins against the Philadelphia Eagles. There'll be no brotherly love on the NFL on NBC next Sunday.
Coming up in a few moments, the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report. Jim Lampley and Mike Ditka will be on hand. That shot taken right after you parachuted down into the studio. Mike, very amused by your antics.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. It was hard to get from the top of the building to the 3rd floor.
I'm sure it was, Paul. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, and a first down at the 31-yard line. Again, Johnson getting the call. Let's check that. Brad Baxter. Brad Baxter running to his right. Stopped by Troy Vincent.
And Jeff Criswell getting up a little slow.
7-yard gain. It'll be a second down and 3 off the 7-yard pickup. Dave Cadigan, who left moments ago, is back. Roger Duffy had been playing at the left guard position, so Cadigan is okay. You saw the domination by the Jets in this first half, and for the Jets, this is the 8th play of the drive. They lead Miami 10-3. For more. For a Jet. First down, Vincent and Williams made the stop, and Rob Moore, who had 6 catches in the earlier game in Miami, has come up with his 5th reception of the day.
Rob Moore on the outside. Now, just take a look. I mean, he's downfield. Troy Vincent, number 23, trying to make the play. I just watched Brad Baxter come out of the backfield. When he did, all he had was a linebacker on him, Hollier. And Grimsley is now on that side over there. I wouldn't be surprised to see Boomer go to one of the backs.
Jets first down at the Miami 13. Time running out. 35 seconds to go. Second quarter. Esiason completing down at the 6, and the ball was not free. Burkett was the intended receiver, and apparently it has been ruled incomplete.
Roy Vincent said he came up with the interception. The official standing right there said, no, you didn't.
The call is that Burkett did not have possession. Incompleted pass. It'll be a second down and 10 at the 13.
What I'm saying is that Boomer Esiason, with the offense that they have in there right now, and the defense that the Miami Dolphins have in there now, that you have linebackers are covering offensive backs coming out of the backfield.
To the right, and Burkett is left. Johnson and Baxter are the running backs. That is Baxter in motion. And Esiason able to complete. Again, Johnny Johnson broke the tackle. Stopped by Mike Golick with 22 seconds to go. In this first half, the Jets take a timeout. When we resume, it will be first and goal for the Jets.
Right in the screen, Johnny Johnson covered by a linebacker. Exactly what I was just talking about. And there's Louis Oliver again missing a tackle. But Cox is the man that was supposed to be covering Johnny Johnson, number 51. Wasn't even close to him.
I don't get it. Some guy bats .228 and makes $3 million bucks.
Can you imagine what Willie Mays would be worth today?
Yeah.
No holiday sweepstakes.
Another Heineken, right?
Yeah, please.
No blimp with our name on it. No racing team. None of that is what made Heineken the #1 imported beer in America.
Where's all that money come from?
Ticket prices.
Yeah, I guess.
And all those beer commercials.
It's been an outstanding first half for Boomer Esiason. 13 for 19, 159 yards. 1 touchdown. That catch by Johnny Johnson just a moment ago, his 5th catch of the half. Rob Moore has also had an outstanding first half with 5 receptions. It's a first and goal at the 2 for the Jets with 22 seconds remaining. In this first half, the Jets leading Miami 10-3. Roger Duffy has come in as a backup tight end. The 11th play of the drive. The Jets shifting to their left. Esiason on the roll, fires, touchdown! Johnny Mitchell again.
If you take a look at what the Jets just did, it was fantastic. They put their big people in, their tight ends. James Thornton was in. And then they shifted to the outside. Then they ran Mitchell in motion. And they sprinted to that side on a rollout to the left, and Boomer Esiason hits Mitchell for the touchdown.
Here's the extra point try by Cary Blanchard. 11 plays, 83 yards, and the Jets have the ball for 5 minutes, 12 seconds.
All right, you see that on that play there, you see Mitchell in motion. He goes to the outside. Cox is there, misses the tackle, and that's the touchdown. All right, now here comes Mitchell in motion. Now, once they set up to run this play, what they did, they took Thornton and Johnny Johnson and split them out to the outside. And when they split them to the outside, it just opened up the defense. Boomer rolls to that side, and it hits Johnny Mitchell.
The Jets with a 17-3 lead on Miami. Johnny Mitchell, 3 catches, 2 for touchdowns. So Johnny Mitchell, who had been quiet in recent weeks, is right back to it. He now has 6 touchdowns for the season. In his second year out of Nebraska, 25 catches for the season. has already caught more passes than any Jets tight end managed all of last year. We were talking earlier about Mitchell saying that he is, according to himself, the best tight end in the
he didn't back up.
NFL. Well, Boomer Esiason said, you don't want to do that. Now everybody tries to shut you down. He's trying to calm the second-year player down. Boomer, in fact, has suggested that Mitchell watch film of Miami tight end Keith Jackson, a perennial Pro Bowl player, to get some idea of how to get off the line of scrimmage without getting tackled. A problem that Mitchell has encountered. McDuffie. Return. To the outside. And then game tackle. Marvin Jones involved on that stop.
On that touchdown, you just look to the right of the screen, you're going to see some, well, we can hardly see it, but you'll see guys moving around. They shift up. Those two guys in the backfield, Baxter and Johnson, moved out. Along with, and here comes Mitchell now in motion. Once he goes in motion, Boomer rolls to the strength of the formation. They all clear out, Thornton and these guys, and it's wide open.
Well,
nice play.
That's the beauty of Mitchell, who is a tight end, but handles the offensive part of his job description like a wide receiver. Kids out across the 30 as time is running down. Mo Lewis made the stop. Well, for the Jets, a very strong first half. Boomer Esiason, 14 for 20, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the Jets lead Miami 17-3. NFL Live with Jim Lampley, Mike Ditka coming up in just a moment. We'll be back after these messages.
My friends call me Dusty.
Mama, I'd like you to meet my wife.
I will not have that woman in my home again.
First, she took her son.
You're a whore.
I wish she was dead.
Then she took her granddaughter. Based on the true story of one deadly wife and a determined woman's fight to stop her.
You took my son's future. I want yours.
Patty Duke, Martin Sheen, and Alexandra Powers, A Matter of Justice, NBC Tonight.
Don't you have anything to fit me?
No offense, Mr. Jones, but you are a little on the small side.
I need more choices.
Harry, give me those genuine yellow pages. Look, choices. Italian, Chinese. You want more?
Those are restaurants.
That's right. You put some meat on those bones and come back and see us.
9 out of 10 use it.
Mr. Matterhorn.
The genuine New Jersey Bell yellow pages from Bell Atlantic.
Are you losing weight?
At TWA, a business trip to Europe won't cramp your style. Only TWA has replaced coach with comfort class, giving you the most legroom of any airline flying to Europe at no extra cost. So you can relax on more nonstops to more European cities. And now you can stretch out on the only morning nonstop to Paris. TWA makes going to Europe on business a pleasure.
Actress Vanessa Redgrave, Monday on Today in New York.
You're watching WNBC for New York. And now, this is News for New York.
Hello, I'm Ralph Penza with Perry Peltz. Here's a quick update from News 4. Another case of firefighters under fire.
38-year-old Daniel Gray's job is to save lives, but outside a firehouse on Cypress Avenue in the Bronx, gunshots threatened Gray's life. Gray was helping a fire engine pull into the station when he was hit in the leg by a bullet that seemed to have come from a street fight.
Then Fireman Gray grabbed onto my shoulder and says, "Geez, what's up?" I looked down, and he was bleeding. And then it realized that he'd been shot.
21-year-old Adam Medina has been arrested on assault and weapons charges for allegedly firing the shot that hit Gray. The firefighter was treated for his gunshot wound and released from Jacoby Hospital.
He is the confessed son of Sam killer David Berkowitz. He is now apologizing for killing those 6 people back in the 70s. The Daily News reports that Berkowitz, who is serving a life sentence, says he's now a born-again Christian, claims he found God while reading a Bible in his prison cell.
President Clinton had some tough words today for adversaries abroad and a political ally at home. Appearing on Meet the Press, the president said the U.S. cannot allow North Korea to develop nuclear weapons, and he promised firm action to return President Aristide to power in Haiti. Mr. Clinton also accused American labor unions of strong-arm tactics in battling the North American Free Trade Agreement. And Princess Di is turning heads in Britain after a tabloid published photos of her breaking out a sweat. These pictures were taken last April while she worked out at the LA Fitness Club in London. Buckingham Palace says the publishing of the pictures are an invasion of privacy.
And that's the latest from News 4. We're going to have all the news, plus John Frankel with the sports and Ira Joe with the forecast, all tonight at 11. Now back to football, and go Jets.
You could be sitting around a conference table, or stuck in traffic, horns blaring, or waiting in line for the automated teller. No matter, your heart is here. Adventurer from Eddie Bauer, the natural man's cologne. Visit your Eddie Bauer store and get a free Adventurer t-shirt with any $20 fragrance purchase.
Don't let anyone tell you different. Preseason counts. It's all about preparation. The preseason sale at Nobody Beats the Wiz is about preparation too. Do your Christmas shopping early and pay our lowest prices of the year.
At Nobody Beats the Wiz, preseason means save money. Shop now and you'll find unbelievable savings in every department in every Nobody Beats the Wiz store.
The preseason sale at Nobody Beats the Wiz. Shop now, beat the crowds, and save a lot of money. Nobody beats the Wiz.
The Jets with the commanding 17-3 lead on the Miami Dolphins. Don Shula gunning for career victory number 325. The fans say, not today, Don. And as he is saying, back to you, Jim Lampley.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza, where you always get great pizza, plus something for nothing.
We welcome those of you who are watching the Raiders and the Bears and the Jets and the Dolphins. Let's get up to date now on all the late scores and what took place earlier today, starting in Soldier Field in Chicago, where the Raiders lead the Bears 13-0 at halftime. Mike Ditka, the Bears with 47 yards total offense in the first half.
Well, they're trying to run the ball. They're not going to throw it effectively against them. They're 2 out of 8 throwing the football, I think, for 11 yards, and they got a couple sacks there and 1 interception. So they're trying to run the football. They're not running it very well. On the other hand, now the Raiders fool everybody. They come out and they run the ball effectively. They've got a good-looking offense because they're running the ball. The 1 touchdown comes as a result of a turnover. They really haven't done anything against the Bears defense either. They've got a couple field goals.
Dick Enberg and Bob Trumpy calling that Bears-Raiders game, suggesting your former players believe you'll be back in coaching soon. They don't know about your plans to host a television variety show.
Well, you and I think we could take this whole network right to the top, and I think that's something we ought to talk about doing. I hope
either the top or the bottom, one way or the other. Yeah, I think 3 a.m. is the time slot for us. Meanwhile, in the Meadowlands at Giant Stadium, the Dolphins see the Jets with the hex sign on them once again. Boomer and the Jets leading 17-3 at halftime, 2 touchdown passes from Boomer to Johnny Mitchell. Some teams just play better against certain opposite numbers, and for the Jets, it's Miami.
Well, if you were going to ask me, I'm not a betting man, I would have bet on the Dolphins today. I thought they had so many things going in their favor. They're coming on a run. They're playing good offense. They're playing pretty good defense. Quarterback's doing a good job. Shula's going for the record. And they just have trouble with the Jets. Now, the Jets are playing great football. Not only good defense, but Esiason is really, he's eating them up.
Scott Mitchell's first start on the road. It's a different trip for him. In the third game being played right now, the Phoenix Cardinals are all over the punchless Philadelphia Eagles, 16-3 at halftime, 3 field goals for Greg Davis there. Earlier today, in Cleveland's Municipal Stadium, the Broncos took a big leg up in the AFC West with a 29-14 win over Cleveland. Fans in the dog pound welcoming the quarterback they love to hate, John Elway, but just like the Jets have a hex sign on the Dolphins, Elway has it against the Browns. Here, a 38-yard touchdown strike to Derek Russell that put Denver ahead 16-0 in the second period. Browns came back to 16-7. Elway again to Shannon Sharp, puts on the move to complete a 33-yard TD. All in all for John, 17 of 23, 244 yards, 3 TDs as Denver gets to 5-3. In Dallas, the Cowboys at home against the Giants, overpowering performance, 31-9 victory for Dallas. Cowboy coach Jimmy Johnson looking for 6 straight Cowboy wins to go atop the NFC East, and he got it. Troy Aikman completed his first 10 passes of the day. This one to Alvin Harper for a 50-yard touchdown, the second of 2 long touchdowns for Harper. Cowboys up 17-3. Then the bad news for Dallas. With the lead 17-6 in the third quarter, watch Aikman's left leg buckle as he scrambles under pressure on the artificial turf. He left the game with a strained left hamstring, doubtful for next week, didn't return. Emmitt Smith scored twice in the fourth quarter, this one from 2 yards out. Smith rushed for 117 yards on 17 carries, got the 2 TDs, but they're going to be a different team without Troy Aikman.
Well, first of all, that's not a strained hamstring. I don't know who said that. That's a pulled hamstring. That's going to be a couple weeks. He's got the same kind of an injury that Montana had, and he's younger, so he'll heal a little quicker, but it's going to be a problem for him. They're not the same football team without him, you know, so they're going to have problems. But, you know, you think about Dallas. Where would they be right now if they had Smith the whole year? They'd be
8-0.
Undefeated, going for a record. Sometimes when you're a hardhead, even if you're a coach or an owner, it's the wrong thing to be.
Well, maybe Jerry Jones learned that one this time. Houston Oilers at home beat the Seattle Seahawks 24-14. The Oilers, in the weak stretch of their schedule, get to 4-4. They're in the thick of things in the AFC Central. The New England Patriots flirted with a big victory again, led 10-0 in the fourth quarter over Buffalo, ultimately surrendered 13-10. It was Drew Bledsoe welcomed back into action by the fans in Foxborough after Scott Secules went out with a separated shoulder. Bledsoe led the Pats to their first touchdown in 10 quarters. Leonard Russell going 2 yards for the score. Patriots led 7-0. 10-7 New England in the fourth. Jim Kelly leading the Buffalo comeback. Less than 40 seconds to go. He hits Russell Copeland for 56 yards down the right sideline to set up Steve Christie's game-tying 26-yard field goal with 14 ticks left on the clock. Then in overtime, a big pass from Kelly to Reed, Christie's 32-yard field goal to win it. The Bills celebrate. Parcells is frustrated again, and Buffalo wins 13-10 to get to 7-1 on the season. San Diego Chargers went to the Metrodome after the big victory over the Raiders last week. Again, they put 30 points on the board and beat the Vikings 30-17. The Pittsburgh Steelers fell down 16-0 against the Cincinnati Bengals in Riverfront and then ground out a 24-16 victory. Barry Foster, 120 yards in the game. And finally, the Detroit Lions got a huge game from Barry Sanders, 29 carries, 187 yards. Sanders is within 23 yards of 1,000 for the season, and the Lions are 7-2 for the first time in 31 years as they beat the Bucs 23-0 today. We'll send you back to the field, either Soldier Field or the Meadowlands, right after these messages from your local station.